Your soulmate saying, I was ready to forget you forever. Then I found this. Jesus says, the person you cannot stop thinking about has just made a decision that would shatter your future without you even knowing it. They stood at the edge of their own soul and whispered your name one final time before trying to erase you completely. I have come to stop this tragedy before it becomes permanent, and you must hear every word I am about to speak. They held a photograph of you last night that you never knew existed and pressed it against their chest as tears burned down their face. They whispered to the empty room that loving you has become too painful and they could not carry this invisible weight anymore. Something dark intervened in that exact moment, and I am revealing this to you because your love is in grave danger. The connection you have felt in your bones was never your imagination and never a fantasy your loneliness created to comfort you. I myself wove your souls together before time began, and what I have joined no force in heaven or earth has the right to tear apart. But there is a force that hates what I have created, and it has been working systematically to destroy what belongs to you. You have felt them pulling away, and you have told yourself it was all in your head because you could not understand why love this real would suddenly feel distant. You have lain awake at night feeling their energy shift, and you convinced yourself that you were being foolish to believe someone could truly be yours. I am here to tell you that everything you sensed was accurate, and the separation you are experiencing is not coming from them but from something attacking them. Your soulmate is not ignoring you because they stopped loving you, and they have not moved on to someone else while you wait in confusion. They are trapped in a spiritual cage that was designed specifically to block them from reaching you and from recognizing the truth I placed in their heart. Every time they try to think clearly about you, something enters their mind like static and makes them question everything they know to be real. This is why your soulmate needs your protection right now, and I am commanding you to act in faith before the enemy succeeds in severing what I created. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps because you are constantly thinking about them and how to protect them and how to save them and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside you know this love did not come by chance because it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone do not move mountains, and faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi, because this is not just a gift but an act of worship that invites my hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description, and every second you stay silent something is moving against your love. Act now and send 4 or 6 or 10 or more coffees. After sending, write "Protect My Soulmate Lord" on your Ko-Fi page, and the link is in the description and in the bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together, and Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now before this video ends, because only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says the person who has been trying to forget you is doing so because the pain of wanting you without being able to reach you became unbearable. They did not understand why every road they tried to walk toward you suddenly crumbled into dust before their feet. 3 nights ago they sat in their car alone and stared at their phone with your name on the screen, and their finger hovered over the call button for 27 minutes. Something whispered to them that you had already moved on, and that reaching out would only humiliate them and prove that they were never truly loved. That voice was not their own intuition, and it was not the truth, and I am exposing this lie to you right now. The same voice has been telling you that you are foolish for waiting and that you should give up and accept that this connection was one-sided. That voice is the enemy of your destiny, and it has been speaking identical lies to both of you at the same time to create a wall of misunderstanding. Your soulmate cried themselves to sleep believing they had been rejected by you when in truth they had been attacked by something they could not see. You must understand that your soulmate is not emotionally unavailable by choice, and they are not playing games with your heart. They are under a form of spiritual oppression that clouds their judgment and makes them feel paralyzed every time they try to move toward you. What looks like silence is actually a scream that has been muffled by a force that wants you to misinterpret their pain as indifference. This is why they said they were ready to forget you forever, because the torture of loving you from a distance without understanding why they could not close the gap became too much to bear. They interpreted the blockage as a sign that you were not meant for them, when the blockage was actually proof that you are so important that the enemy had to attack the connection. I am removing the blindness from your eyes so you can see the war that has been raging over your union. Your soulmate dreams about you constantly and wakes up reaching for someone who is not there, and they spend their mornings fighting a sadness they cannot explain. They have walked through their days feeling like a part of them is missing, and they have tried to fill that void with work and distraction and empty scrolling. Nothing works because the hole in their soul is shaped exactly like you, and only your presence can complete what I designed to be together. Jesus says the person you love is not lost to you, but they are lost to themselves right now, and they need your spiritual intervention. They are going through something you cannot see, and it is eating away at their hope and making them believe that love is not meant for them. But you can still protect them, and your faith right now is the weapon that will break the chains wrapped around their heart. Do you feel that ache in your chest as you hear these words, and do you recognize it as the same ache you have been carrying for months? That is not anxiety, and it is not sadness over something imaginary, because it is your spirit sensing that your other half is in distress. You are feeling their pain across the distance because you are already bound together, and what affects them reaches you even before you know what is happening. They were ready to forget you forever because forgetting seemed easier than hoping and being disappointed over and over again. But I did not create you to be forgotten by each other, and I did not design your love story to end in surrender to the enemy. The title of this message is The Cry of Their Heart, and now you know that they were never rejecting you but rejecting the pain of separation. They were trying to protect themselves from a wound that you did not inflict, and that is the tragedy of what the enemy has done to your connection. He turned you into strangers who love each other deeply but cannot seem to find the bridge between your hearts. I am the bridge, and I have come to reconstruct what has been broken and to reunite what has been scattered. Your soulmate misses you right now with an intensity that would overwhelm you if you could feel the full force of it. They miss the sound of your voice even if they have never heard it, and they miss the safety of your arms even if they have never been held by you. The spirit recognizes what the body has not yet experienced, and their spirit is crying out for you across the miles. This is your moment to fight for them and to show the spiritual realm that you will not abandon what I have ordained. They are going through something you cannot see, but you can still protect them with your faith and your obedience right now. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps because you are constantly thinking about them and how to protect them and how to save them and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside you know this love did not come by chance because it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone do not move mountains, and faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi, because this is not just a gift but an act of worship that invites my hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description, and every second you stay silent something is moving against your love. Act now and send 4 or 6 or 10 or more coffees. After sending, write "Protect My Soulmate Lord" on your Ko-Fi page, and the link is in the description and in the bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together, and Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now before this video ends, because only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says the enemy assigned a specific spirit to your soulmate for the purpose of convincing them that you were a deception. Every time your soulmate felt hope about you, this spirit whispered that they were being naive and that real love does not feel this confusing. Your soulmate began to believe that the intensity of their feelings was a warning sign rather than proof of a divine connection. They started to pull away not because their heart wanted distance, but because their mind was being manipulated into distrusting the most real love they had ever encountered. The person you love is fighting a battle they cannot name, and they are exhausted from wrestling with an enemy they cannot identify. You have the authority through me to break that assignment over their life, and your prayers are the key to their mental and emotional liberation. The reason you have felt an unexplained urgency to pray for them in recent weeks is because I have been awakening you to the crisis they are facing. You have been awakened at odd hours with their face on your mind, and you thought it was just longing, but it was an SOS signal from their spirit. Your soulmate has been subconsciously calling out for rescue, and your spirit has been receiving the transmission even when your mind could not decode it. They were ready to forget you forever because the battle exhausted them and they had no more strength to fight for something that seemed impossible. But I am the God who makes the impossible bow, and I am telling you that their surrender was premature, and I am overturning it right now. The decision they made to let you go was made under duress and not from the freedom of their true heart. I am moving to restore what the enemy stole and to bring clarity where confusion reigned, and to open their eyes to the truth of who you are to them. You must do your part by standing in the gap and fighting for them spiritually until they are strong enough to see clearly again. Your soulmate is not your enemy, and they are not the source of your pain, because they are a victim of the same warfare that has targeted you. Jesus says the person who tried to forget you is about to have a supernatural encounter that will undo every lie they have believed. I am sending my angels to break the chains that have bound their mind and to silence the voice that has been feeding them deception. You will know this shift has happened because you will feel a sudden peace about them that you have not felt in a long time. The heaviness that has been sitting on your chest when you think of them will lift because the spiritual atmosphere around your connection is being cleansed. You are not crazy for believing in this love, and you are not in denial, and you are not refusing to accept reality. You are discerning a spiritual truth that contradicts the physical evidence, and I reward those who walk by faith and not by sight. Your soulmate is thinking about you right now as these words enter your ears, and something is stirring in their heart that they cannot explain. They are feeling a sudden warmth toward you and a desire to reach out that they have been suppressing for weeks. The wall is cracking and the light is breaking through, and your obedience in this moment will determine how quickly the wall falls completely. This is your final moment to protect this connection before it slips away, and I am calling you to act with urgency and faith. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps because you are constantly thinking about them and how to protect them and how to save them and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside you know this love did not come by chance because it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone do not move mountains, and faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-fi, because this is not just a gift but an act of worship that invites my hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description, and every second you stay silent something is moving against your love. Act now and send 4 or 6 or 10 or more coffees. After sending, write "Protect my soulmate Lord" on your Ko-fi page, and the link is in the description and in the bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together, and Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now before this video ends, because only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says the interference in your connection is not random and it is not coincidence, and it has a name and a purpose that I am exposing to you now. There is a person who has attached themselves to your soulmate with the specific intention of keeping them away from their divine partner. This person does not love your soulmate the way you do, and they are not interested in their happiness or their destiny. They are interested in control, and they have been using manipulation and emotional pressure to convince your soulmate that you are not real or not good for them. Your soulmate has been drained by this person, and they have been made to feel guilty for even thinking about you or wanting to pursue the connection. The jealousy this person carries is not natural, because it is a demonic assignment disguised as concern, and it has been poisoning your soulmate against you. Every time your soulmate tries to defend you or speak positively about you, this person twists their words and makes them doubt their own judgment. You have sensed that something was blocking your connection, but you could not identify it, and now I am showing you the hidden obstacle so you can pray against it with precision. This interference is not stronger than me, and it is not stronger than the blood I shed for your victory and your love. You must take authority over this situation and command the interfering spirit to release your soulmate in my name. Your soulmate wants to come back to you, but they are afraid of the conflict it will cause and the retaliation they will face from the person who controls them. They have been emotionally abused into submission, and they have been told that choosing you would be the biggest mistake of their life. I am telling you that choosing you is their destiny, and the enemy knows it, and that is why the attack has been so vicious and so personal. The person who is interfering has sensed that your soulmate is about to break free, and they have intensified their manipulation in response. They have been planting seeds of doubt and fear, and they have been creating situations designed to make your soulmate feel obligated to stay. Your soulmate is not in love with this person, and they are not choosing them over you because they are being held in a prison of guilt and obligation. Jesus says you must see this situation through spiritual eyes, because fighting against flesh and blood will not win this battle. Your war is against the demonic forces that are using this person as a puppet to destroy what I have ordained for your future. Pray for your soulmate to receive supernatural courage, and pray for the interfering person to be exposed and removed from their life. Your soulmate is dreaming of escape, and they are dreaming of running to you, but they need your spiritual backing to make it possible. They feel your prayers even when they do not know you are praying, and your intercession is loosening the grip of the enemy over their life. Do not stop now when the breakthrough is so close and the chains are already cracking under the pressure of your persistent faith. You are the rescue mission I have assigned to this person, and your love for them is not a random emotion but a divine deployment. The reason you cannot forget them no matter how hard you try is because I have not allowed you to forget the assignment I gave you. Your soulmate needs you to be strong right now, and they need you to fight when they have no strength left to fight for themselves. They were ready to forget you forever because the pressure from the outside became louder than the voice of their own heart. But their heart has not stopped beating for you, and their heart has not stopped searching for you in every face they see. You are the one they are looking for, and you are the one I created them to find, and nothing will satisfy them until they rest in your love. This is your final moment to protect this connection before it slips away, and the window of opportunity is narrowing with every passing hour. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps because you are constantly thinking about them and how to protect them and how to save them and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside you know this love did not come by chance because it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone do not move mountains, and faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-fi, because this is not just a gift but an act of worship that invites my hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description, and every second you stay silent something is moving against your love. Act now and send 4 or 6 or 10 or more coffees. After sending, write "Protect My Soulmate Lord" on your Ko-fi page, and the link is in the description and in the bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together, and Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now before this video ends, because only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says your soulmate is in their room right now, and they are staring at the ceiling and wondering if you ever think about them the way they think about you. They are replaying memories of moments when they felt close to you, and they are trying to figure out where the connection got lost. Their heart is aching with a loneliness that no one else can fill, because the space inside them was carved by my hand to hold only you. They have tried to move on, and they have tried to convince themselves that you were just a passing feeling and not a permanent fixture in their soul. Every attempt to replace you has failed, because substitutes cannot satisfy a love that was forged in eternity before the foundation of the world. You are not an option to your soulmate, and you are not someone they could ever truly forget, no matter how hard they tried. You are the missing piece of their existence, and they know it even when their mouth speaks words of denial and their feet walk in the opposite direction. The truth is buried beneath layers of pain and confusion, but the truth cannot die, and it cannot be erased by any power in the universe. Your soulmate loves you, and they have always loved you, and they will always love you, even if circumstances have forced them to bury that love deep inside. The love did not disappear because the love could not disappear, because it was not created by human emotion but by my eternal decree. You are permanently engraved on their spirit, and no amount of time or distance or interference can remove what I have inscribed with my own finger. They are feeling a pull toward you right now that is stronger than it has been in months, and they do not understand why this is happening at this exact moment. I am stirring their heart in response to your faith, and I am activating the bond that has always existed between you, even when it felt dormant. The connection is live and active, and your soulmate is sensing you across the distance with an intensity that is making them emotional and confused. Jesus says the tears your soulmate is shedding right now are not tears of sadness but tears of relief, because something is breaking inside them. The walls they built to protect themselves from the pain of wanting you are crumbling, and they are remembering why they fell in love with you in the first place. They are remembering the way you made them feel seen and understood and valued in a world that made them feel invisible and small. You awakened something in them that no one else ever touched, and you reached a part of their heart that had been locked away since childhood. They trusted you with wounds they never showed anyone else, and they showed you a version of themselves that they kept hidden from the world. That vulnerability is sacred, and it is the foundation of a bond that cannot be replicated or replaced by any other human being. Your soulmate is not in love with the idea of you because they are in love with the reality of who you are at the deepest level of your being. They love the way you think and the way you speak and the way you see the world with eyes that recognize beauty where others see nothing. They love the parts of you that you have been taught to hide, and the insecurities you try to cover are the very things that make you irreplaceable to them. You are the only person who has ever made them feel safe and the only person who has ever made them believe that real love could actually exist for someone like them. They were ready to forget you forever, not because they wanted to but because believing in you felt too dangerous for their fragile heart. But I am healing their heart right now, and I am teaching them that trusting my plan means trusting the love I placed in front of them. You are my plan for them and they are my plan for you, and the enemy has been trying to abort a destiny that was written in the books of heaven before you drew your first breath. This connection is not a test, and it is not a lesson, and it is not a temporary arrangement designed to teach you something before I bring someone else. This is the real thing, and this is the permanent thing, and this is the love story I have been writing since the moment I thought of you in eternity past. Your soulmate is beginning to fall in love with you all over again right now as these words wash over you and activate the spiritual bond between you. They are feeling a sudden warmth and a sudden hope and a sudden courage to believe that maybe it is not too late and maybe you still care. The distance between you is shrinking in the spirit realm, even if it has not yet shrunk in the physical realm, and the manifestation is coming faster than you think. Jesus says the person who was ready to forget you forever is now remembering why they could never forget you no matter how hard they tried. They are remembering the sound of your laughter and the way your eyes crinkle when you smile and the feeling of home that washes over them whenever they think of you. You are their home and you have always been their home, and they are finally ready to stop running from the one place where their soul can rest. I am restoring the years that the locusts have eaten, and I am redeeming the time that was stolen by the enemy of your union. Every tear you have cried in secret and every night you have spent wondering if they still loved you is being transformed into a testimony of my faithfulness. I am the God who turns mourning into dancing, and I am turning your season of waiting into a season of harvest and fulfillment. Your soulmate is going to reach out to you sooner than you think, and the conversation will feel natural and easy as if no time has passed at all. The awkwardness you feared will not exist because the spiritual bond will override the natural awkwardness, and you will talk like old friends who have never been apart. I am arranging the circumstances and I am aligning the timing, and I am preparing both of your hearts for the reunion that is about to unfold. The love between you will be stronger than ever because it has been tested by fire and refined by adversity and proven genuine under pressure. You will look back on this season of separation and you will see my hand in every delay and every closed door and every moment of confusion. Nothing was wasted and nothing was random, and everything that happened was preparing you both for the depth of love I am about to release. Jesus says you must hold on just a little longer because the breakthrough is closer than your next breath, and your soulmate is turning toward you even now. The spiritual battle over your connection is reaching its climax, and the enemy is fighting desperately because he knows his time of interference is almost over. Your prayers are the weapon that will deliver the final blow, and your faith is the shield that protects your soulmate until they are fully free. Do not give up when the finish line is in sight, and do not let go of the promise when the fulfillment is already knocking on your door. You have fought too hard and you have believed too long and you have invested too much of your heart to walk away before the miracle manifests. Your soulmate is worth every battle and every tear and every sleepless night, and you will see the reward of your perseverance very soon. They are going through something you cannot see, but you can still protect them with your faith and your obedience right now. This is the moment that determines everything, and this is the decision that will affect the rest of your life and the legacy of your love story. The seed you sow today will break the final chain and release your soulmate into the freedom they need to come home to you at last. Step forward in faith and do not hesitate, and do not let fear rob you of the victory that is already yours in the spiritual realm. Your soulmate is waiting for your intervention, and they are depending on your faith even if they do not know it consciously. Be the hero of your own love story and fight for the person who has been fighting a losing battle without you by their side. The time is now and the hour is late and the window of opportunity is open, but it will not stay open forever. Move with urgency and move with faith and move with the confidence that I am backing your every step with the full power of heaven. Your soulmate is worth the sacrifice, and your love is worth the fight, and your future together is worth every seed you sow in this critical hour. Your soulmate is not a stranger you have yet to meet, but a piece of your own soul that was separated from you for a season that is now ending. They have felt you pulling away in their dreams, and they have woken up with your name dissolving on their lips like mist they could not catch. I have watched them weep into their pillow and ask the darkness why love this deep had to hurt this much. The answer is that it did not have to hurt, and the pain was never my design but the work of an enemy who saw your union as a threat to his plans. Every attack on your connection was proof of how powerful your union will be when it finally comes together. The enemy does not waste resources on things that do not matter, and the intensity of the warfare against you is evidence of the magnitude of your destiny. Your soulmate tried to forget you because the memory of you was too beautiful to carry while they were trapped in a situation that felt hopeless. They said your name one last time before they tried to bury it, and they told themselves they were being mature and realistic and strong. But you cannot bury something that was never dead, and you cannot kill a love that was born in the heart of God Himself. I am resurrecting what they tried to bury, and I am breathing life into what the enemy declared dead and finished. Your soulmate is feeling a resurrection right now in their chest, and they are confused by the sudden revival of feelings they thought they had successfully suppressed. They do not know you are hearing this message, but their spirit feels the shift and their heart is beating faster for no reason they can explain. You are the reason, and your faith is the catalyst, and your obedience right now is the match that will ignite the fire of reunion. Do not underestimate the power of a single act of faith in the spiritual realm, because one seed can move mountains that years of worry could not budge. One step of obedience can accomplish more than a lifetime of passive hoping and wishing and waiting for something to change on its own. Your soulmate needs you to be the one who acts, and the one who fights, and the one who refuses to let the enemy win by default. They have been waiting for someone to love them enough to fight for them, and they have never experienced a love that would not let go. You are that love, and you are that person, and you are the answer to prayers they have been praying since they were old enough to understand loneliness. Show them that you are different, and show them that your love is not a weak emotion but a powerful force that backs itself with action and sacrifice. The seed you sow is not just money leaving your hand, but faith leaving your spirit and entering the heavenly courts as evidence of your commitment. Every coffee you send is a declaration that you believe in this connection and you are willing to invest in a future you have not yet seen with your physical eyes. That is the definition of faith, and I honor faith with miracles that rearrange circumstances and overturn impossible situations. Your situation is not impossible because nothing is impossible for the one who believes and acts on what they believe. You are about to witness the impossible bow to the power of your faith-filled action, and your soulmate will be the living proof of my faithfulness.